Otto Wallin says he understands why Francis Ngannou is fighting Fury, but he thinks that the WBC should strip Fury. Let's talk.
Push the weight, enough flex. The live is one in the six. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You ain't run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Saw this article on Boxing Saying. I'll put the link in the description. Otto Wallin, in my opinion, he's a major player in the heavyweight division, but, not as active. I hear some things, but, it is what it is. He's a big kid, man. He's 6'6", like 230 pounds, man. Way above average boxing skills. Southpaw, I believe. If you remember, from this picture right here, he gave Tyson Fury all he could handle, gave him a nasty cut. A lot of people say it should have led to a stoppage, but Tony Weeks, whatever. Tony Weeks was the ref, but it is what it is, whatever. But looking at this article, and Otto Wallin is when they was asking his opinion on it, he pretty much gave it. He would love another crack at Tyson Fury, but Tyson Fury, he's made it clear he's not doing anything that he doesn't feel necessary right now. In other words, necessary would be fighting anyone in the WBC rankings. Necessary is having an undisputed matchup with Alexander Usyk. That would be deemed as necessary, but due to the current atmosphere of boxing, nobody cares. I've come to the realization that myself and a few other people, we are, I dare I say, boxing purists, which means if you're a mandatory or you're ranked #1 and the mandatory is not available, you fight those guys. If you're one fight away from undisputed, you make that fight. But with business being what it is, and with Bob Arum being absolutely correct when he says boxing fans are like rocks, you could kick them in any direction. People have short attention spans. The fanatics have ADD. This era of boxing fanatic, this is unlike anything I've ever seen. They're more content with their fighters just being on top of the world and not fighting the best of the best. They're just content with that not happening. They'd rather their guys sit around and have a belt, or even if they don't have a belt, be swimming in money. And they celebrate their favorite person not fighting the best competition, and they look down and frown upon the people actually trying to do things. Even when that person's a champion, they ridicule the people actually out here trying to accomplish something great, which is why boxing is pretty much a dying sport. It's getting harder and harder for me to do short videos and speak up the sport because there's nothing to celebrate. There's nothing to celebrate. One fight away from undisputed. Now, you know how I feel about Tyson Fury, but let's be honest. This one fight away from undisputed, a 4-belt champion. There's no pressure in the world of boxing for Fury to get in the ring with Alexander Usyk. It's like, if they fight, they fight. They don't. There's no pressure. But when Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua was one fight away from undisputed, people were making a killing on YouTube. Everybody was fighting every day. I just wanted to see them fight to see who won. But it's like we wanted to fight, but there was a handful of fans in the UK that were content with AJ staying away from Deontay Wilder. And we can say that more now because the Saudis see value in both of these men putting on an event, and Eddie Hearn is still in the way. But that's another video. That's another video. That fight is there to be made, mind you, but that's another video. So Otto Wallin, he says he understands the business aspect of it, but he thinks it stinks, and he thinks that the WBC should strip Tyson Fury, and I agree. He says, I think it's bad, Wallin told Boxing Scene in the interview. He's a heavyweight champion of the world. He should defend against a top contender. Francis Ngannou is a beast in the cage. He's not a boxer, y'all. He's a big, strong man, but he's not a boxer. This is a freak show. Now, with that being said, don't get me wrong. I am clearly rooting for Ngannou. I'm hoping that he throws something and lands the craziest punch in the world and absolutely sleeps Fury. That's what I'm hoping for. But the chances of that happening is highly unlikely. Fury can box. And although he's coming in there looking fat as hell and out of shape, he's not taking Francis Ngannou seriously. So hopefully that'll work in Francis' favor. Hopefully Francis will show him some things that he's not expecting. I mean, I know he's over there training with Mike Tyson and everything else, but I don't know if that's going to help. I mean, look, this is the freak show, man. It shouldn't be happening. It says here, by and large, Wilder's words will be in one ear and out the other. Gone are the days of Fury lining up against fighters who have scratched and clawed their way up the ranks. Fury, to his own admission, revealed that he wants to continue going down the route of fighting former current UFC champions. He even flirted with the idea of fighting in the cage. You see what I'm saying? You see? Where's the ridicule for this guy? He said this. I mentioned this in the video like 2 weeks ago. Where are the boxing purists? He's telling you he does not care about rankings. If you're up next, he doesn't care to fight you. He's in for the circus show. I don't mind a circus show. If Fury retired and relinquished the belt and then chose to do this, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But you're holding the WBC strap hostage by doing this. And he's enabled by who? Mauricio Sillyman. While it might be vexing for Wallin and the rest of his heavyweight brothers, the 32-year-old isn't oblivious to what Fury is doing. For whatever reason, the matchup against Ngannou has captured the imagination of fans everywhere, meaning both Fury and Ngannou are set to take home hefty paychecks. Where in life are we, as supporters of the sport, caring about what these men make? We're not on the teams. Now, look, I don't like boxers leaving the sport broken mentally and their brains don't work and everything. I'm not talking about that. I want them to get paid for their time and be able to feed their families and be able to take care of themselves medically for the rest of their lives. I'm not talking about that. But who the hell celebrates this? Who celebrates this? Why not fight Otto Wallin in the rematch? Don't look now. Deontay Wilder's #1 in the WBC. You ain't gonna see a fourth fight there. He's not doing it. He's not even fighting a smaller Alexander Usyk, whom I think he'd beat. I think Fury would beat Alexander Usyk. We can't even get that. If he beats Alexander Usyk and is undisputed, man, go away. Ride off into the sunset. You have enough fans that'll love you for it. Through all the cheating, the glove cheating, the drug cheating. You not being allowed on American soil. All of that. And you'll be undefeated, right? Can't even get that. I don't understand you fans. But wait a minute. On second thought, I do. You guys don't like the sport of boxing. You guys are fans of fighters so unconditional to the point where you don't give a damn what they do. You guys love these criminals like you love cartoon characters. What's your favorite cartoon? the Tyson Fury cartoon. This is a joke. This is a joke. This is a joke. Otto Wallin says he has no issue with Fury making bank, but he does believe that the WBC should step in. Yeah, they stepped in, all right. They said this is okay to do. He says, I know he's going to step in to make a lot of money. I'm sure. But he really hopes that after this fight, he's going to defend against somebody ranked in the WBC. Otherwise, they should strip him. Well, good luck, Otto. Wishful thinking, because boxing has been a clown show for a long time. It's been a clown show for a long time. I don't mind Floyd Mayweather doing these freak fights, but it'd have been a lot different if Floyd Mayweather was holding any one of those belts hostage while doing clown fights in between. This guy is a WBC champion, and he's doing clown fights. And this is no disrespect to Francis Ngannou. I'm rooting for him. I hope he wins. But it's highly unlikely. You see this picture here? Otto Wallin is for real. He can give anybody a run for their money. But nobody's talking about him. Really think about it. Look at the rankings. Usyk has 3 belts. This man has the last one. They're not fighting each other. In fact, Usyk is putting in more work than Fury is. And this is the guy you like? This is the guy you support? Or you just want to pop up in the video and talk about, oh, you're just smart because he smashed Deontay. Okay. With that being said, do you see me bouncing around here talking about, well, Deontay's about to make $100 million facing AJ? Well, he can't do that because Eddie Hearn is in the way of that. I'm not selling Deontay Wilder's pockets. He's out here trying to fight the best. And don't get it twisted. He would fight Fury a 4th time. Fury don't want that smoke because it'll be in Saudi and it'll be under fair circumstances. But that's another conversation. But even with Deontay not in the mix, what about a rematch with Otto Wallin? What about fighting the top competitors? What about a undisputed matchup? You guys are not fans of the sport. You guys are like the ex-girlfriend. You don't let the trick go. And she still has so much to say about you. So much to say. You guys are tricks. And Bob Arum is right. You guys are like rocks. And you get kicked in all directions. You don't love Fury. You love the drama connected with Fury. You're not a fan of this guy. This guy don't move the needle. As a matter of fact, from what I understand, the fight with Otto Wallin, they had to give away tickets. This fight was on American soil. He needs a dance partner to move the needle. And by the way, he might not be fighting Alexander Usyk because he won't be able to cheat him either. But this is the sport that y'all made it into. Congratulations. You guys are disgusting. And guys like this need to be removed from the sport. Maybe the sport will go back to normal, but I don't have any faith in that. Because there's too many clowns running around here with short attention spans. But whatever. Bronx on deck.
Move!